Okay, so we're going on to this exercise called defining appropriate units. And again, you can watch video listed down here, and obviously his video's in there. We're just going to work on this, defining appropriate units. So a parking garage has 9 levels. Each level has one empty section, and the rest of the sections are full. Okay, each section has the same number of spaces, but each level is separated into a different number of sections. What quantities would be most useful in determining how many more cars can park in the garage? Alright, so let's do a little, to make sense of word problems, what do I always recommend? Make them a picture problem. That's right, so now I'm going to, let's see, we'll pick a color here, and I'm going to just show my stinking parking garage. I don't draw very well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my 9 levels, okay? I have 9 levels here. Now each level has one empty section. So in each one of these, I have one empty section. Oh boy. Oh, I hate doing that. That's a P, T, Y, and it's a section that's empty. So if I had a pencil or something, I would be so much better at this, right? And I would draw little cars going in, right? Anyway, so there's one for each of these levels. That's what my little drawing is representing, one for each, and so on down to 9 total levels, right? All right. The rest of the sections are full, so each section has the same number of spaces, right? But each level, so if it's a section, so all sections, they have the same number of spaces. I don't know how many that is, but all sections are equal. So I say section 1 equals section 2. That'll be my little note there to help me remember that. Each level is separated into a different number of sections. Aha! So since each section is always the same, but not every level has the same number of sections. Some levels have more sections. So, which quantities would be most useful in determining, so this is important to know, if all the sections are the same, but as it says here, each level is separated into a different number of sections, that means this level here might have 8 sections, and this level here might have 10 sections, right? I mean, we don't know for sure how many sections there are. So what quantities would be most useful in determining how many more cars can park in the garage? Well, what would be useful, I do know that I have one section per level that's available, right? So I have 9 total sections, right? So what's the number that I need to know how many cars that would be? Well, all I really need to know, all this rest of this information is not all that useful. I don't need to know how many sections are in each level because they're full, and it's only asking about how many parking spaces there would be, how many more cars can fit. So that just depends. I would take the number of, since these sections are the empty sections, how many cars can fit in a section, and then I'd multiply it by 9, I'd get the total. So the total parking spaces in the garage, that wouldn't be helpful at all. The total number of parking spaces per section, yes, that would help me, right? And the average number of parking spaces on each level, no. I know I have one empty section on each level, right? I know that all the sections are the same, and so I have 9 empty sections. All I need to know is how many total number of parking spaces are in each section, multiply by 9, and I will know how many more cars can park in the garage. Right, let's go to the next question. A farm supply store carries 4 different brands of pesticides shown in the table below. Each brand has a different bottle size and a different concentration of active ingredient. Okay, this is pretty good. We're reading a table here. We have 4 brands, right? So I have brand A, B, C, and D. They each have a different bottle size and a different concentration level, right? And then over here is their price. So that's the information that we've got here. So again, a farm supply store carries 4 different brands of pesticides shown in the table. Each brand has a different bottle size and a different concentration of active ingredient. You need a total of 300 milliliters of active ingredient. And you want as little active ingredient left over as possible because it is expensive to dispose of properly. If I want as little active ingredient, so I want to get as close to 300 milliliters of active ingredient as possible. Which one of these should I buy? Well, money is not the concern here, so I'm not going to worry about price right now. I'm just going to worry about how do I get to 300 milliliters and not waste, right? It's expensive to dispose of it, so how do I get there and not waste? Well, let's see. If I bought this and I got 375 times 0.5, let me actually just run down here to this calculator. Let's say I took 375 times 0.95. Now, why am I doing that? Well, 0.95, that's 95%. So 95% of the bottle is what we consider to be active ingredient. So let's see how much total active ingredient brand A is going to give me. So brand A gives me 356.25 milliliters of active ingredient. Not close, but I need 300 and I'd have 56.25 extra. So here, let's do the next one. 575 times 55, so 575 times 0.55, 0.55 being 55%, we hit equals. Ooh, that one's not bad, 316.25, so I'd only have 16.25 amount of active ingredient left over, so that's not bad. How about 850 times 0.45, and that's going to give me 382.5, so I can rule out that one. It's not as good as either of the others. And how about 1.1 liters? So that's actually 1100. See, a milliliter is going to be 1,000 milliliters will make a liter, so this is 1,100 milliliters. So to keep this clear, let me do this again. Let me go 1,100 milliliters times 0.3, and that gives me 330. So clearly B is the brand that would have, if I'm mostly concerned, okay, if I'm mostly concerned about the amount that's going to be left over, which is what it says here, you want as little active ingredient left over as possible, then I should buy brand B. It will have the least left over. So let's go in there and select brand B. Now it says if you want the most active ingredient for your money, you should spend your money on bottles of brand blank. Aha. So what we need to do is figure out how much active ingredient we get from each bottle and divide it by the money. So how would we do that? Well, I would take my bottle size times my concentration, and then I could divide it by the price. So let's do that. I would say 307. Let me start again. Here we go. Open parentheses. I want 375 times 0.95. Close the parentheses. That's how much quantity I'm going to get, and divide it by $29. So let's hit that equals, and this costs me, I get 12.28 milliliters per dollar for the A. So that's 12.28. Let's try the next one, same way, and we will just go open parentheses 575 times 0.55, close parentheses, divided by 36, and that one gives me, that one gives me 52. Is that right? 52 divided by, 52.70 or 71. Oh, I know what I did wrong. This is wrong. I need to make that 36. Sorry. Let's try it again. 5 0.75 times 0.55 divided by, oh boy, divided, oh, I gotta close that parentheses, sorry. Let's start again. I don't know quite, I don't use this calculator well. Let's do it again. Open parentheses. 575 times 0.55, and then I go close parentheses divided by 36 equals. Aha! I am getting less. The other one was 12 something, right? So B gives me less per dollar. Gives me less milliliters of active ingredient per dollar. Let's go to the next one. 850. So 850 times 0.45, close parentheses, divided by 27 equals, ooh, this one gives me 14. That's more. The first one I remember was 12 something. So now I've got more, so that one looks better. How about 1.1 times 0.3? Oh boy, that wasn't times. Oh man, can I go back? Oh, good. 1 point, or let's go 1100. Yes, that's better. Times 0.30, and then all of that. Oh boy, I better do a parentheses here. Oh, this is so much better using the keyboard. I should have done this in the first place. And then say divided by, that was $33. And I see this gives me 10 milliliters of active ingredient per dollar. So the best one would be C. So we'll select C here and check our answer. Good. So that's how those are done, defining appropriate units. I'd have you work through those, and that'll be your next one that you need to do. Thanks.